How can you tell if someone has a criminal record? You can't. 1 in 3 Americans has some type of misdemeanor or felony record. 1 in 3. It's possible that the person sitting next to you has a criminal record. Statistically, people with criminal records are all around us, but you can't see that just by looking at someone. And yet, people with records sometimes feel like you can. In a digital age, criminal records are easily accessible and follow a person around wherever they go. Over 90% of landlords and employers conduct background checks. People with records are constantly rejected. For a person with a record, this can feel like having the door slammed in your face over and over again. Having a record can hold someone back years after their involvement in the justice system. But there's a way to get rid of a criminal record. It's through a legal process called record sealing or expungement. While some offenses are too serious to be eligible for expungement, most states allow people with both misdemeanors and less serious felony offenses to clear their record after remaining crime-free for a set period of time. The legal effect of an expungement is powerful. I'm sure many of you have seen that checkbox on housing, job, or student loan applications, the one that says, "Have you ever been arrested? Have you ever been convicted of a crime?" The outcome of an expungement is that a person can answer no when asked those questions. And because under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, background check companies must remove sealed and expunged records from their databases, a background check comes back clear, and no one will ever know. A clear criminal record can have an immediate transformative impact on someone's life. People without records are 63% more likely to get a job interview, and within just 1 year of record clearance, average wages go up by over 20%. Yet, few people make it through the legal expungement process. Today, nearly 30 million Americans have the type of record that would be eligible for clearance, but less than 10% have done it. This is because clearing a criminal record is costly and complicated. Most people find that they need a lawyer to help them, and most people with records will never be able to afford what a traditional lawyer will cost. I started my career as a public defender and have had the privilege of working with justice-impacted people for most of my professional life. As a result, I've helped hundreds of people clear their criminal records. The idea of building a technological tool to help with record clearance first occurred to me when I was working for Salt Lake County. I organized an event called Expungement Day. At the time, clearing a criminal record in the state of Utah took nearly 18 months. The goal of Expungement Day was to streamline that entire process into just 1 day. Due to the manual, paper-based nature of the expungement process, this event was way more ambitious than any of us first imagined. And we had no idea how many people would come. Still, it will continue to be one of the most powerful days of my professional career. I arrived at 6 a.m. to set up for the 10 o'clock event. There were already people in line. Throughout the day, that line grew to several hundred. One woman flew in from California. Many people drove several hours from all over the state to line up outside on a cold April morning, hoping for the chance to meet with a lawyer who might be able to help them break free from their past. I was struck by the diversity of the people, young people, old people, families, parents, holding the hands of their children. Throughout the day, I asked people why they wanted to clear their criminal records. Some simply wanted the right to work. Many wanted a higher wage. Some were homeless and wanted to rent an apartment. Quite a few were mothers wanting to volunteer in their children's classrooms. Some simply wanted to move past the stigma or the judgment that they felt from others, or the judgment that they felt about themselves. It took nearly an hour per person to download and gather someone's records and analyze whether they were eligible for record clearance. And that was just the time to see if we could help someone. Then there was the paperwork. We printed reams of paper. One man had so much paperwork that he brought a roller suitcase with him to carry it all. I was also struck by how manual the process was. If records are digital and accessible for background checks, could we use those same digital record sets to clear criminal records? If technology could so easily be used to exclude people with records, could it be used to include them too? Surely, technology could be and needs to be the tool to help people efficiently access the justice system. But I was intimidated. I'm not a software engineer. I'm a lawyer. And in comparison to other professions, my profession is decades behind. For a good part of my career, the system was to print and hand deliver documents to the courthouse because there wasn't a way to electronically submit them. In some parts of the country, this is still the system today, and it's 2024. I've made it my life's mission to build that technology. People often ask me, where did you get the idea for this? How did you design the product and decide what it would look like? The answer is simple. I asked people with records, and I listened to what they told me. They said, don't ask me what's on my record. I don't remember. And I certainly don't remember the names of the offenses, the severity level, or the date that I completed probation. I don't even know how to get my records or pay the cost for them. So if you want to help me, you tell me what's on my record and whether it's eligible for expungement now or in the future. Connect me with an affordable legal service. Make it mobile friendly because I don't have a computer, and make it inexpensive because I don't have a lot of money. After listening to this feedback, it occurred to me that I actually thought that I could build that. I worked with the state of Utah to gather court records, probation and corrections records. I started raising money, first from my law school classmates, and next from angel investors. 2 years ago, we launched our eligibility tool here in Utah, and in January, we expanded our platform to Arizona. Today, someone with a record can come to our website, type in their name and date of birth, and we'll verify their identity. We'll tell them instantly what is on their criminal record and whether it could be eligible for expungement. Our tool costs $15 to use. And then, if people are eligible, instead of charging $2,000 to $5,000, the cost of a traditional lawyer, We provide flat rate services starting at just $250 per case. In our first year, we were able to help close to 10,000 people. Using technology, people can access an affordable lawyer from their mobile phone. People in rural areas no longer have to drive long distances or stand in lines or pay high legal fees. Today, there are close to 17,000 people on our platform. Going forward, we will expand to more states and eventually offer this service nationwide. State-of-the-art technology is needed in the law. For many people, clearing a criminal record is the difference between surviving and thriving. Access to a simple legal proceeding can mean a safe place to live, the right to work, or the ability to make a wage that can provide for a family. While the practical benefits of record clearance are many, the most transformative part of the work is how a clear record changes the way that people see themselves. One of our clients said, "Before clearing my record, I always thought I would be the kind of person who would just have a job. But now I believe I'm the type of person who can have a career." Confidence is restored and self-worth skyrockets after record clearance because people know they'll be evaluated for opportunities not based on their past, but for their potential. No one deserves to be judged forever by their worst day or evaluated based on a collection of old mistakes. We're using technology to efficiently clear criminal records because our neighbors, coworkers, friends, and family members are all worth a second chance.